When you're admitted to the hospital, doctors always ask the same CPR question. If your heart stops, do you want us to attempt resuscitation? And if you're otherwise healthy, totally fair question. But if you're not otherwise healthy, it's a question that might lead you astray. Because here's the thing, CPR doesn't work the way it does on TV. CPR was invented to restart the heart of an otherwise healthy person. But when you're living with a serious illness and we're talking about CPR, we're talking about the very end because that's when your heart stops. And so the best CPR can do is bring you back to the very end. Now, it's one thing to know all this and a very different thing to put a do not resuscitate in place. For many people, it can feel like putting a do not resuscitate in place is the same thing as saying they don't want to live, that they don't want to fight. But the choice about whether or not to attempt resuscitation, it's not about whether or not you want to fight. It's about being strategic about your fight. See, the real conversation is what are you fighting for? Because when time is short, what you prioritize changes everything about your care. If your priority is staying alive as long as humanly possible, even if you're sedated and hooked up to machines, then asking the doctors to attempt CPR might make sense in that case. But if your priority is being as calm, as comfortable as possible with your family by your side in those very last moments, then asking the medical team to attempt CPR is working against what you really want. So the question isn't really, do you want a resuscitation attempt? The question is, when you're at the end of your life, what matters most to you? Your answer to that makes your medical decisions much clearer, including whether or not it makes sense to attempt resuscitation.